Daryl, Johnny Gaudreau was obviously an important part of this franchise for a long time. What are you hoping to hear from the fans for him tonight?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be very well received. I mean, young man had you think, well, he had quite a career here. And I think, he had a career year last year. When you look at numbers, he's a guy that probably, just goals, assists, points, plus minus, shots on goal last year were all elite, and I think they were career numbers for him. So, yeah, he'll be well received. I mean, I was disappointed to lose Johnny. I mean, I enjoyed coaching him, enjoyed seeing his progression last year.
What do you appreciate most about him, either as a player or as a person?
Well, there's three things really important, right? Good person, good player, good teammate. And, he checked the boxes really good. I think just because I only coached him for that year and 30 games or whatever it was. So I think what's important there is for me was what I appreciated most is just seeing the progress that he made, right, as a complete player. And be able to say that and do that and still hit those offensive numbers.
What was it like for you to see that progression in his game and kind of see it culminate in that Game 7 OT winner against Dallas?
Yeah, that's probably a good way of saying it, culmination. But he did that a lot. He's a puck possession guy, right? He's not only a transporter, but he's a guy that did a lot of the, changing tides of games.
Daryl, I know you like to look at things at weeks. When you talk about these 3 games leading into the All-Star break, what is the significance of positioning in these 3 games heading in?
Yeah, it's you got to be careful, Brennan, because you say All-Star break, but it's more like this is more like those Olympic years, right? Because of the break, there's teams that are getting 8 to 10 days off, so it's a real tough one to gauge on what happens after. Like All-Star break is usually 2 or 3 days. So when you get that 8 to 10, you just want to finish strong. You want to be playing the right way and doing those things so you have a good feeling about it. And it's pretty much what I've said all along. Our division is tough. There's 5 teams that are going to fight for a spot. And you look on the others, and then the other division too. It's tough, and there's probably 9 or 10 teams now that are, legitimate playoff teams. So you gotta be greedy and get your points.
What do you want the team to take from Saturday's win?
I think just build off it. We've played more. If everybody's into that good bad thing, right? But we've played a lot of really good hockey this year, so you just want to continue on that. I think that the last game was disjointed because of penalties. Like somebody asked about a complete game. It wasn't a complete game because there was basically a whole period of 5-on-4, 5-on-3, 6-on-4. Like if you look at it, there's almost 20 minutes of the 60 that were played as not 5-on-5. So there's anything you want to take away from it. Obviously, our penalty killing did a great job. Our power play scored a big goal on a retaliation penalty, but we probably took too many penalties, so you want to cut back on that. But I think it was pretty solid. We got goals from different lines and different, a goal from our defenseman again. So take that and move on.
What specifically about the penalty kill was so impressive? In terms of the zone entries and things like that, were you able to sort of, stop those and not allow?
Well, if you're just talking about last game, Brendan? Yeah, I think, Point carries the puck a lot in the zone, right? So that we tried to make sure that he wasn't able to do that, and he still did it. But I think if you just look at it, they really didn't have any quality shots on their power play, and we blocked a lot of shots, and we cleared a lot of pucks too, so that's a big part of it, right? It's hard. Penalty kill, there's fundamental rules, right? Face-offs, block shots, clears, get your changes, things like that. So, and then know where the big shots are coming from. So we know that tonight. Johnny's over there passing and trying to make plays, and Lanny's over there pounding it. And Jenner's got 6 or 7 power play goals there it is, and he's got around the net.
When we asked you last game if that was the most complete effort of the season, you said no. What would you like to see from your team tonight to get closer to playing a 60-minute
That's
effort?
kind of what I said about the 60, you want 5 and 5, right? That's the bottom line. If you could play 60 minutes, 5 and 5, and really that penalty thing is 3 or 2, right? So you want to be plus on that always. So that's the 60-minute part. And somebody alluded after the game the other night about with Jacob Pelche about evaluating Jacob Pelche. Well, you could evaluate it because the kid played 420 seconds, so you evaluate him off the stat sheet, right? It's not fair to the kid. So you want to be able to use even that. What did Walker play? Maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Well, you want to be able to use 4 lines. You're in a schedule where you need everybody. You can't be just short suiting and playing a short bench. You need everybody to be able to contribute. And when you bring, that would be a complete game when you look at it like that.
Would you like to get him in about the 10-minute range, or where would be ideal with that in the spread?
With Jacob?
Just that line in general.
Yeah, I think if you can get even, because usually there's a penalty killer, and with him, we want to get him in on the power play. So, and he's on that second unit, so he only gets 1 shift, right? So there's only 40 seconds for him there last game, just the way it works. So, yeah, that tended, you're always trying to get into perfect game, you get 10 minutes out of everybody when you look at it, right? But that's, when you're playing a team like Tampa where, it's a pretty heavy 2-line team. So again, those kids like that, you're being careful with them. You're not, you're making sure they're not out against Stamkos or Point. So then that pulls them back again. So it's hard to evaluate.